Start slow, start today, start now. Here's the thing, being unemployed messes with you in ways people don't really talk about, and it does not magically go away once you get a job. In this video, I will be talking about the 3 biggest lessons I learned during the time I was unemployed, and these lessons could apply to you no matter what your job situation is. I was unemployed for about 6 to 8 months, after which I got a short-term contract that ended up being shorter than what was promised. So I was job searching while working until I finally landed a full-time role in December of 2024. That period of unemployment taught me more than any job I have ever had. Over the past 2 years, I've had many conversations with friends in finance and tech, some who were laid off, some who quit their job, and so this topic has been circling around me for quite some time. Now, if you are currently unemployed, you will know that the real struggle is not the unemployment itself, but the overthinking, the rejection fatigue, and the guilt you feel when you are doing anything but job hunting. But trust me, that mindset is just going to burn you out, and it's going to reduce your productivity and effectiveness in the job hunting process. Looking for work is work, and the best way to deal with that is to treat it like a project. And like any project and any work, it requires time blocking and strategy, because it can very easily become a full-time job, that too without a paycheck. If you spend your entire day job hunting, updating your resume, reaching out to people, if that is the only thing you do, you will burn out the same way you would in any demanding role. It's hard to hear and it feels unrealistic, but it is crucial that you maintain a life outside of work, because that is what will keep you sane and more focused in your goals, and you will be able to analyze what you can do better and how you can be more effective in the job hunting process. I'm sure you've heard of this before, but there is a lot of research showing that stepping away from focused work every now and then often leads to better results, because your mind can make connections after the fact. And so this applies to any work that you are doing, but you need to consciously apply this rule while you're searching for jobs. Now, this applies to you no matter what your position is. Do not let your health slip away. When life gets busy or stressful, the first thing that gets compromised is your health. But ironically, that is the one thing you need when you are busy and stressed. I made that mistake in the last 2 years by pushing my health to the bottom of my priorities. I gained a lot of unhealthy fat. I wasn't sleeping well. I wasn't as focused, and I didn't realize that it was the food that I was eating, the lack of exercise that got me there. Between applying to jobs, working on side gigs, trying to maintain a social life, I just forgot about my health completely, and I kept pushing it to tomorrow, and obviously tomorrow never comes. So whenever you are feeling frustrated or tired or not as productive, step back and ask yourself, what are my health habits right now? Start eating more protein, eat slowly, reduce your sugar intake, and make sure you get a good workout a few times a week, and do not let that slide. The more you delay it, the harder it becomes, which is what I'm facing right now, but I've started working out, I've started eating healthy again, and you'll see that your life does become better. It's a fact that life changes, work situations change, things get good, things get bad, but the health habits that you build right now compound over time, good or bad. Your health is the building block of everything in your life, so please don't ignore it, and you can always start today. If you feel like you're in that situation, maybe just even watch this video later. Step outside, go for a walk, even if it's just around the block or if it's just on the treadmill, but start slow, start today, start now. But make sure to come back and watch this video later. When you are working, it is very easy to get stuck in a cycle. Your days go by very fast, time starts to blur together, and you don't really make intentional decisions, or you don't really get the time to sit down and really think about what you want to do in the future. Start thinking about that. What does your future look like if you continue what you're doing right now? And what would you want it to look like? Are there any hobbies or things that you wanted to do but just never got the time? Maybe you have interests outside of your work. Start writing down your goals and just start imagining what you want your future to look like. You can make a vision board or you can just write down your goals. But then you want to start breaking them down into smaller chunks. Your brain likes to plan for the future, but it cannot understand what that would look like. So you need to break it down into smaller chunks. Maybe break it down into quarters or months or weeks and then days. And that's how you will be able to take small steps towards the future that you want to build. But you need a little bit of time to think about what that would look like. I personally always had tunnel vision. I thought that I wanted to only climb the corporate ladder, and honestly, I was on the path of doing that. Even right now, I have a good job, I have a 6-figure salary, my team is great, and I have bigger career goals, and I want to achieve those. But what I realized during my time off, that I wanted a life outside of work too. And this is something that I did not think about ever before. I did not imagine myself making videos. And the funny thing is that when I told my mom I wanted to buy a camera, she agreed. She said, of course, you've always loved making videos. And I could not remember what that looked like. And when she came to visit me, she brought me something. Let me show you. This camera, it's a really old Nikon camera. It also has this pop-out screen for making videos, and I completely forgot I ever enjoyed doing anything like this. I think I bought this in 2014 or 2013, I want to say. It's been more than 10 years, and after I moved to Canada, my life just got so busy. I forgot that I ever enjoyed making videos and taking pictures and that I was ever creative. I never thought about that because I forgot. I just did not ever take a break to think about those things. And so the time I was unemployed, that's when I started thinking about what I would want to do, what I enjoy, what are my hobbies, or what is it that I want to learn. If you are unemployed, or if you are just thinking about wanting something outside of work, go back and write down what your life will look like in the future. You can start setting up building blocks for yourself right now, whether that is building an audience, even if you don't have a niche, whether it is learning how to make videos or how to edit videos, exploring ways to make money online, selling digital products, whatever it may be, something that you can continue even when you start working your full-time job. If you like this video, I would love it if you could subscribe. It is so encouraging and you'll get to see more of me. Thank you for spending your time with me, and I'll see you next time. Bye.